Hi there, welcome to Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, we're going to be working in some Mythographic books, and I'm going to be working on some backgrounds, I think. I have gone through and done a bunch of inspiration images. I thought I'd show you kind of how I go from that to my version of that background. But yeah, I probably pulled too many images. I know that I'm not going to get to all of those today, but I thought we would play with the page from last week a little bit, kind of show you my idea for that. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to play with different mediums today and work on some backgrounds. I am going to take a sip of my tea and then we will get started. Okay, so I have a buddy color in this page that I'd like to try to work on the background in that one. I also have, of course, the pages that we started last week. So this was the page that I started last week. I have gone through and done some shading on the branch, and that's about it. But I do like the gray that I used. I think it looks nice, and it's going to look nice with this color palette. And I have a few background ideas. We'll talk about that in a second. I want to show you something else real quick. I also got some work done on this one, which makes me happy. So I've got all the clouds in the background shaded and all of the rocks, all the stonework. I think that's going to look really cool. I really liked this color palette, so I wanted to use that for some of the stuff. And then I found these awesome birds on Pinterest. And so I'm really going to take a lot of inspiration from this one. So the stone color kind of came from that. The bird inspiration is coming from that. This one I'll have to maybe save for another image, but because I really like that, but it's not necessarily going to work with what I've got going on right now. But I think that's going to be neat. And then I've got the buddy color. That is definitely going to be something that I have to work on later. I'm gonna probably do that either today or this weekend. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. But I really liked this page as well, and I found this cool background, and I thought maybe this would be a fun one to try to replicate with like the lighter colors in the center of the dream catcher and then going out from there. That would be really fun. Let's see. I know I've got a couple more kind of shoved in places. This one is more just for the bird. I really liked this bird and the idea that it's like a treasure bird, but I didn't really know what colors I would want to use. So I like this orange one a lot, but I also like this blue one. I think that would look really nice with all the gold. So not sure what I want to do with that yet. Oh, this one. That one would be a fun one to replicate. Shelly from Shell's Coloring Journey did this page, and her background is so beautiful, and she's just got multiple colors kind of in there, and so I might try to add some of her background to that one. Oh, I wrote Kevin on here. I thought this one would be fun to paint as Kevin from Up. Not paint, color. You know what I mean. There was another one that I had pulled a background for, and I can't remember where it is now. Well, oh, this one. Yeah, so when I first saw this, I thought, oh, that'd be really fun with like, pastel colors and pinks and whatever for the flowers. And then I saw this cool, it's like an AI steampunk illustration. I really liked the background. I thought that would be a beautiful background on here. And then the metal would be like a nice bronze, like a very steampunky metal. I thought that would be really cool in that. And then like the colors of the clouds and stuff would be kind of match the background of the sky, and the vines would be darker instead of like a bright green. They'd be like a darker brownish green color maybe. Yeah, or like a navy blue. That'd be really cool. So yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with this one now, but I really liked this color palette, so I thought that maybe that would be a good idea. And then this one, again, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that'd be so pretty with like a very pastel, background and layout, and it'd just be very soft. And then I saw this image and I was like, how fun would it be to make something like really bold and vibrant and do something completely different than what I would normally do. So I'm thinking this is the way I'm going to go for this page. I think it's going to be so neat. I don't know exactly how I'm going to pull it off yet, but that's an idea. So yeah, I really had fun just I found a bunch of backgrounds that I liked, and then I was like, okay, well, let me figure out how I want to apply these to my pages. But yeah, so I thought we would work on this one a little bit. I'll show you kind of my game plan. So I have a couple of inspiration images. So this one is, pretend this is more like a turquoisey color, but I just liked the flow of the colors from one end to the other. I thought that one was really pretty. This one is definitely more segmented, like there would be clouds in the background on that one. I thought that one was really pretty too. Or we could go the route that Chris Coloring here did, where it's just basically a solid color in the background, but then you've got patches of darker areas, and that really creates a nice variation in the background, so it's not just a solid flat. Sometimes solid flat color is fine, but I really liked the background on this one, and I thought that would look cool in this one with maybe like turquoises and mint maybe mixed together. That would be nice too. So I just have to decide now which one of these I want to do. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one because I liked having like a pink area here and then like creams and stuff. A lot of the suggestions I got for my background on this page was to put yellow in, and I like that idea. I think the yellow, I don't use yellow often because it freaks me out. I like it when I do use it, I really do, but I just feel like it would be too different for me. So like this creamy color, I feel like that would be a good compromise, I guess. But yeah, I really liked the way that this was laid out. I think it'd be cool to have the blue, like the turquoisey blue colors up here and down here, and then the pink here, and then like the cream through here. So I think that's my game plan, and I'm gonna use chalk pastels. Since I've already done the alcohol marker work, I can just go over the top of the chalk with the chalk pastels, and then if I have any get anywhere that I don't like it, I can erase it, because I haven't done, well, I've done pencil work here, but that should resist, because I used a couple layers of pencil, so usually the wax will resist the chalk, which is nice. Okay, so I need a backer page, which I have misplaced again. Hang on a second. As I was finding this backer page, I noticed that I still had this inspiration image from another project, and I thought that would be really cool for that page. Yeah, that's going in there. That's just a fun thing you can do. Just go find a bunch of backgrounds that you like, and then, you know, search through the book that you're working on and see how you could apply that background to that page. Okay. And also, I did want to point out, it's okay to use inspiration from Instagram. Just make sure you credit the person whose work you've been inspired by. That's all you got to do. Okay, so we've got some colors here. We're going to grab this pinky color. That's a good one. We're going to grab, oh, that one's kind of purple. Maybe we should grab the other pinky one. That works better. That makes more sense. Okay, I've got some like peachy cream colors in here as well. And then we're going to grab some mint and turquoise. Yeah, I like those. I think that'll be good, and we'll just try with that at first and see where we're at. Okay, I need some, so I use these cotton pads to apply my chalk ink. There's all kinds of different ways to do it. This is the way that I normally do it, but sometimes I've scraped off some of the pigment from the chalk and put it on like a palette, and then use like these little, which I might use some of these actually to get some of the color in areas that would be harder to do, maybe. But you can use, I use these ones from Jane Davenport. These are just basically makeup blenders, but so you can use any makeup blender, but I just have these on hand. It's a nice foam tip. It's a good quality, so that's why I ended up using those. Okay, so we're going to start with the mint and turquoise colors. So I'm just gonna, I just rub the cotton pad on there and go to town. And I'm gonna make a mess around the outside, and that's okay. I can come in and clean things up. So hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I've been talking for a long time, and I still have yet to say hi. I am coming to you from Friday morning. I am trying to make sure I get this video done early because I do have a few things to do this weekend. Not a ton, just a few. But it'll be a good weekend, I think, to just chill out and relax. Tonight, my husband and I have a date, so we're gonna go to see a modern Romeo and Juliet. So there's a acting company that we go and watch, and we have seen, they've done a Romeo and Juliet modernized before, and this time it's the, wait, did I say Romeo and Juliet? I can't remember what I said, but it's Pride and Prejudice that we're going to see, and they have kind of modernized it, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, pink time. We're going to do pink in this area. So here, I'm going to scoot this over just so you can kind of, well, you can't really see it. I'll put it over here so you can see. There we go. That way you can kind of see my inspiration of where my color placement is going. Now this is a more pinky pink than I like, but I'm going to be coming in over top and adding different colors. So I'm not too worried about the shade right now. I'm gonna have some pink around that. Okay, and we're gonna use, I'm gonna do this lighter one first. Yeah, so doing that tonight, and then my husband's birthday is on Monday, so we're gonna maybe do something for his birthday on Sunday with his family. Maybe have a game day. He doesn't really do birthdays. Like, he doesn't really care. He doesn't want presents. He doesn't, he doesn't like big parties or celebrations, which is just crazy to me because that's all I do. Like, my kiddos, when they were younger, we had amazing birthday parties for them. And, he let me do it. He didn't like say, no, that's dumb, but he was never like a major participant in helping like get everything ready or anything. Okay. All right. So that's good. I'm going to add some of this color now. We're going to do that kind of over the pink in areas. So yeah, so we're gonna hang out and have fun, and then next week is really crazy. We're so busy. My husband more so than myself, but we still have some fun things planned. We're going, for the first time ever, which is crazy to say, we're gonna have a date night on Valentine's Day. We don't really, we don't really do a whole lot for Valentine's Day either. So when he said, hey, there's this show that I really want to go see, and it's in a different city, so we're gonna have to, little road trip for us. So yeah, I'm excited about that. We're gonna go see this band that they play cellos, but they play modern music. So it's really, really cool. Okay, so that's super simple, easy to do. Took me, what, 5 minutes, maybe? Not even. And that's just with one layer. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna add in a little bit more color. So I'm gonna go back to the turquoise no, not the turquoise. I'm going to go back to this minty color. I don't even know what color that is. I'm just going to add a little bit more in places. So we have that. Next week we have an event at the school that we volunteer for. Well, right now everything's popping out of my head that we have to do. I don't remember everything at the moment. I swear my memory is it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's becoming a little bit of a problem because I did forget something kind of important the other day, but thankfully people have been understanding and not like giving me a ton of grief about it. Okay, I want a little bit more of I don't know what color I want it over there. Let's try, this might be a bad idea, but we're going to try this color. Just in a couple of spots. Yeah, that was not the right color. So we're going to go right over top of that with like a brownish color and hope that that kind of tones it down. That's okay. It's just fun to create like the variations in the page. What else do we want here? I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go through, I'm going to put all these away and then go through and add, oh, that's backwards. I'm going to go through and I'm going to add some pencil work at some point. I don't know if I'll do that today, but I'm also going to erase anywhere where I feel like I got too much color. Like there's some on the bird here that I don't want on his stomach and the wings. But for the most part, it resisted the chalk. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, I am going to zoom you in just so you can kind of see. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of work on this just so you can kind of see my thought process on this one. So I, up here in the corner, I'm going to just add a little bit more pencil work. So just in areas where like things come together or things are overlapped a little bit, I'm going to add just a little bit more color in those spots and just bring out the color into the chalk that I've already got down. I am using Sioux Color pencils on this page. So this month I am trying to use a lot of different supplies on some of my pages. I have already hit a snag in that plan though, because I did a page in my that's why is that name so hard to say? My Camellia Angel Cova book, and I tried to use different pencils in that book, and I just got so frustrated with it, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna just use my Prismas and forget it. And I feel like the Sioux Color ones might work in that book okay. But I was not having it. Like it was just not cooperating with me. Okay, so you can kind of see I just kind of randomly add color, like branching out from the main image into the white space a little bit. Kind of what I do when I do my watercolor backgrounds too. But it creates a neat look. And then if I want to go darker in any areas, I can. If I want to add, I might add a little bit of cream. Oh, I'm just going to use my Prisma cream because it's right here. So in the areas that are more white, I think I will add a little bit of cream into some of those spaces just to tie in the cream color that's over here. And I usually come in and do that after I've added, you know, whatever darker color I feel like adding to the top of that. Yeah, I like these Sioux Color pencils. These ones are nice. I got these pencils because I had seen Coloring with Elena just do amazing stuff with her pencils, and I was like, I want those. I wanna color like her. I'm gonna grab those pencils, and they're nice. They still don't top my, you know, Polys or my Prismacolors, but okay. All right, so hopefully you can see the difference between like that area and then the rest of the page. It's not, you know, a ton of stuff, but that's probably what I'll be doing throughout the rest of the page with different colors. And then I will probably come in with my Posca and add in some white dots here and there. So I usually, when I do that, I usually add a larger dot and then I do smaller dots around it. And you want to make sure that everything's kind of randomly. You don't want it to look the same every time. Why does that look pink? Are you seeing that? It looks pink, right? This is my white Posca. How funny is that? That's crazy. I'm not just seeing that, right? Like my eyes aren't playing tricks on me. It looks pink right there. Interesting. That's okay. I mean, there's pink in the rest of the page, but yeah, so I'll just do some dots randomly throughout on the background. Sometimes I like to follow like the darker areas with the dots too. I don't know, it just looks better for me. So there you go. That's kind of what I'm going to do on this whole background. I think it's going to look nice. That'll look nice. And it's not, you know, not quite the same colors, but since I've used, you know, this more turquoisey color rather than a blue, that's kind of where I did it. But I mean, that's a pretty, oh, you're still zoomed in. Hold on. It's a pretty decent match. So yeah. Okay. Well, that was fun. Let's see. I want to work on this other buddy color that I have. I did something fun with this page where I took a picture of it and then I used my phone to add colors kind of where I thought maybe I would like them. And yeah, so I kind of know what I'm doing now on this one. This is kind of the background that I'm wanting to do. I think I'm going to try to use my Neocolors. I have not colored in this book yet, so I don't know. Oh, I have. I lied. But I did alcohol markers instead of water mediums, so I have not used water mediums in this yet. So maybe I should try, oh wait, no, I did. Holy cow. This, I tried to play with my water mediums the other day in this one, and I was confused as to what was happening here. But thankfully, everybody on Instagram let me know that this is a portal in the background, and then there's a ship coming through. I thought that this ring shape was attached to the boat. I thought it was all one big piece together. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out what that was, but it makes sense. But the water mediums work okay. It's not great, but I can make it work. So I think I'm going to do water mediums for this, but I'm going to use my Neocolors. And also, instead of coloring on the page, I think I'm going to put it on my palette here on the side. So I've got the Caran d'Ache palette, and I'm going to use this to get my colors instead of, because if you looked on that sample one that I was trying stuff out on, you can kind of see, I mean, it's just one layer, so I can probably cover it up, but you can see a lot of the strokes. So I'm going to try to avoid that by just using it straight off my palette. Now you can use this Caran d'Ache palette, or you can get any kind of surface that has a little bit of a rough texture, and you'll absolutely be fine using that. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of peach, a lot of pink. I need to get another one of these. I'm starting to run out of it. This is probably my most used. And we want purple, right? So I'm going to use some of this. And a little bit of this one. Oh, I just broke it. Gosh darn it. Well, thankfully it's full pigment so I can continue to use it. I have not had that happen yet with this material, this product. All right, and a little bit of that. Okay, so that's my palette, and I'm just going to be picking that up and kind of dropping it in places, and we'll see how we do. And again, this is more inspiration for color placement than exact like replication of like textures and things like that. So I'm just gonna kind of drop the color in. That was very dark. I did not mean to go that dark, but hopefully it will dry lighter. Now this is a little messy because I do not have my preferred brush down here, unfortunately. Hopefully I can clean up some of this. That's not going to come out of there, is it? Well, she's going to have a darker skin tone. But yeah, this is a nice way to do it when you don't want to color on the page. I do like to pick things up from the palette a lot and do it that way, or take it directly from the medium itself too. You can always do that too. Okay, so there's like a purpley color, and then we're gonna do a bunch of peachy pink stuffs now. So let's see what else is going on. Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully be working on my color along this this weekend, so I should have it out to you all next week. That should be what happens. I'm really hoping that's what happens. I'm excited to color in that book, to color that page in that book. I think it's going to be really beautiful. And then let's see what else. Channel news. I had released quite a few videos this week. I did another collection video, and then I also did my coloring tag. So I did a tag called Share the Love, and it was basically just me answering a few questions. I created the tag, so it's like questions that I thought would be fun to answer and fun to hear, you know, answers from other creators on YouTube here. But basically you share a bunch of stuff that you love, based on the, you know, topics that are in the video. And then, yeah, and then it was just, I don't know, it's just kind of fun to do. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit down here now. So yeah, if you haven't checked that out, you can do that. And it just talks about like different coloring pages that I love, different, I can't think right now. Water mediums and thinking do not work well for me. I don't know why it's so hard for me to think when I do that. Anyway, it was just a fun video, and then I talk a little bit about at the end about how much I love this community, and that's been really the thing that's stood out for people. They really agree, and it was nice to just kind of, I don't know, just to have a big love fest for Valentine's Day, for February. Okay, I don't want to do too much of the peach because it is very orangey. I want to do more of the pink. Okay, let's get this last little bit. Let's do it in here. Okay. Cool, I like that. Time for pink. I'm going to add in a little bit of this carmine too, so that when I'm getting closer to being done with the pink itself, I can add in some of that carmine in the background. I feel like I had more videos than that come out, but it's because I've got lots scheduled to come out. So you will have at least 2 videos a week. Well, at least during the week, 2 videos during the week, not including this weekend whip video. So those are in the queue, ready to post. And then I've got, oh, I put that's not supposed to be there. It's okay. I meant to do purple there and not pink, but I can add some to over top of it, I think, if I want to. Yeah, I've got quite a few videos ready to go. And then I've got this, I had to think about the order that I wanted to post them or wanted them to post, because I also have to work in that color along. And I was like, I don't want to inundate you guys with videos like every single day. But it just kind of happened that way because a lot of them are collection. There are several collection videos in the queue. So I've been having fun doing the collection videos. It's been really helpful to kind of look at my collection, go back and look at it and really see what I've got and what I want to color in. I also I am starting a new like mini series of videos, and it is all about backgrounds. So the first one is recorded and it will be out, I think, next week. I think it's next week, but it's all water-based media backgrounds. So, or the ones that I use the most, so like Neocolors and my Inktense and my Albrechters. Those ones are all going to be in that video. And then so the format is basically, I'm going to show you a few examples of the videos that I'm working with and of what I'm talking about in the video. Holy cow, my speech today. I'm so sorry, you guys. I cannot talk. I will be showing you examples of the materials that I've used or that I'm talking about in that video. So, for example, gosh, any water medium backgrounds that I've done, not any, but a lot of them I will be sharing in that video. And then, so it's a little bit of show and tell, and then a little bit of practical use. So kind of how I go about using those materials and how I get my backgrounds done. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. This one's all water mediums. The next one will be probably things like chalk pastel, and I do have pan pastels, but I only use those very limited. Like I don't use them very much at all. Okay, so I want purple there and I want purple there, right? That's what I'm wanting. So yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to split these up, but definitely I'm going to have like distress ink backgrounds. I'm going to have gel crayon backgrounds, which again is one that I don't use very often. Actually, I don't really have gel crayons. I have gelatos, so that's what I'll be using in that for that. But you could use it similarly, I think, with gel crayons. It's kind of the same thing. And then I've got oil pastels that I want to do backgrounds on, and yeah, so a whole bunch of backgrounds. And I think it'll be really fun. But I'll do, like in this one, I do 3 different backgrounds, one with each of the mediums, and kind of different styles of backgrounds as well. So that'll be good, I think. All right, let's do the purple. Trying not to get this color onto these beautiful fairies. Okay, so now that I'm done trying to just talk and talk and talk, let's get some of this coloring done. I feel like this is a fun kind of video to do too. Like, it's just fun to play with your mediums. And so you'll notice when I get close to another color, I do kind of try to bring whatever color I'm working on into that one so that it blends a little bit. It doesn't always look great, but as long as you're not blending things together that are gonna create a brown, you should be all right. But like this pink and purple should be okay to blend together. And then I've got like a bluish tone color that I'm gonna blend with the purple. But you don't want to blend like the purple and the peach, because that would create a lovely brown color. Or the blue color with the peach, again, pretty brown. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure for the longest time how I wanted to do this background, but I think that this is going to look nice. I have been having a lot of fun with backgrounds lately. Oh, I got a little bit of purple into that peach, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay. Yeah, I do like the way that this looks a lot more than if I were to color it straight on the page. I feel like I can probably fix that other one up so it's doesn't look too streaky. Maybe we'll play with that here in a second. I have been on here quite a while already, though. I just realized how long I've been filming. Okay, let me do a few little bits of purple up into the pink here. Okay, now I'm gonna go with the blue. And again, just remember this is the first layer, and water mediums always look good in layers. Like, it's nice to do it in layers. So don't freak out if something doesn't look right with your first layer. The only thing that looks good, and sometimes it doesn't even work for that. The only thing that looks good with one layer that I've seen are alcohol markers. And a lot of the times I still have to add another layer if I get some streaks or whatever. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're doing your pages. I'm going to add a little bit of this blue in here on this side. So let me know what you think this box is in the center. If it's something that it actually is something, or if it's just a creation of the artist. I couldn't tell what exactly it was. So I was trying to decide if it was something that I had actually seen before, but I'm not sure. And I don't know if it's like a music box or there's some kind of light that's on the inside here. I don't know what's happening, but I think it's a beautiful page. So now I'm just adding a little bit of this purpley pink color back in here. I thought that would be really pretty. In just a few spots. We'll add a little bit of this blue up in this corner, just a tiny bit. And again, I am making a mess all over my artwork, but when I come in to color this, I should be able to cover it up really pretty easily. Okay, so I'm gonna mix together a little bit of pink and some of this purpley pink color and see what color I get from that. That's another reason why I like to work on my palette sometimes, is I can create a new color that I don't have already, and then just kind of play with that. Okay, that's not a bad color. Yeah, and then anywhere where I don't have, you know, if I've missed some areas, with color, I can come back in with pencils on occasion and tighten some of that up. I think it'll be okay. All right, we'll do that and that, and we'll get this up in here. I think this is going to be a pretty page though. Okay, let's mix some peach and some pink, and then I'm going to go over some of the peachy areas a little bit with that. So there's the peach and some pink. Yeah, I don't know on the background of this box. My original plan is just to color it like gold colors, I think. I'm going to add a little bit. Oh no, I can just pull it from here. I was going to say I'm going to add a little bit of that in too. I think that'll be pretty. Okay. That's a lot of color. I don't need quite that much on my brush. Yeah, I was just going to do just gold and then try to do like shading on it to make it look like actual metal, but I'm just not sure what it is. So yeah, let me know what you think it is. I'd be interested to hear. This is a lovely page. Yeah, this is gonna look nice, I think. There's quite a bit of pink, but that's okay. All right, I'm sure it looks like a crazy hot mess to you guys, but once I start coloring, it'll look better, and I'll be able to come in with some pencils and stuff maybe to make it look better. I don't know. We'll see. So I got 2 backgrounds done. That's pretty good for today. Probably keep playing with both of these pages too. 2 backgrounds started. They're not done. That's silly. But I like the way that that's going to look, I think. So, yeah. All right, just fun abstract backgrounds. All right, that's it for me today, I think. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I did want to mention really quickly, it's not super political, but it's a little bit political. But I just hope this is kind of a note to all of my international friends. I hope you know that not everybody in the country agrees with what is happening right now, as far as foreign policy from the United States. And yeah, it's been hard to watch, but like I said, I'm trying to avoid the news as much as possible, but still things are getting through. And yeah, I just know that, you know, we've had such close relationships with certain countries, and things are happening now, and it's just scary. And I know it's not my fault, but I kind of want to apologize anyway. So yeah, so just sending a bunch of love out to my international friends. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.